Just want to show you my method on this ABS 3-star cylinder. I don't get any of them around here, so I've not been able to try and pick these until now, because Andy sent me this, and he gave me some keys as well, which unfortunately were not the keys for the lock, but it did allow me to break it and get the magnets out of the key, as this lock is a 5-chamber telescopic pin. That means pin in pin, and one of the chambers, as you can see, has a magnetic element. So another important part of picking this lock is the cam. You've got to actuate the cam regardless. Usually you have to, it'd be whichever side the key was used in last would still be actuated. In this case, you have to actually pick the cam up. The best time to do that would be in between picking the outside pins and then getting that false set onto the inside pins. Once you've got the outside pins, then probably the best time to pick up the cam, because once you've got the inside pins, it's gone too far and you can't pick it up anymore. For this case though, I'm going to use this as my tension tool, which already picks up the cam automatically, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, I have harvested 2 magnets from the key, so I'll grab one of them. Okay, chuck the other one back in. So yeah, I literally first time picked this lock yesterday, so bear with me for my methods. Feeling down the pins in this lock, I can go along the side of them and feel 1, 2, 3, and then a big gap, and then the 5th pin. So number 4 is the magnetic space, which is right down near the back of the lock. Not the best. It'd be great if it was the one up the front, then we can get the magnet on and off real easy. So I just hold it here, drop that in, and then push it down. When it gets to about the right place, it jumps off and jumps onto the pin, and now that's in place, and we can just go about picking this lock like a semi-normal lock. Now I'm trying to work around the camera here. It's not too easy, but hopefully we'll get it done. I'm going to use the pink Honest Strong She from Banggood. It's the trusty one, it works for most stuff. So I'm going to try and work around the camera here. If I have to block the camera every now and again, I'm sorry about that. So we start on the outside pins, quite a bit of tension. And we have 1st and 2nd pins set. Click on 3. Set the 1st pin again. So that's the first 3. We have to step over the magnet to the back. We've got to click on the 5th pin on the outside. And now we come back to the front again, and we've dropped. This would be the time when you want to pick up the cam if you don't have this long wrench in there. I do, so I'm not going to worry about that. I've already got the cam. I'm just going to bounce across the top of these inner pins now. And there we go. So now we are turning, and we are going to straight away hit into, you could probably just about see them on there. There's 3 trap pins down this side. There's also 3 trap pins on this side as well. And because we're turning clockwise, the 3 trap pins on this side have actually engaged into this gap here in the plug. You want to get them out first before you can deal with these on this side, because they won't bind until you've got them out. So I'm just going to use the side of my wrench, and you'll notice that once you've got that, the plug will rotate a little bit further. And now we can deal with the trap pins on this side. This is the part where it's going to be difficult for me, because the plug is turning further and further around, and I'm going to end up blocking the camera, but we'll try anyway. From this point, you can just pick up the outside pins to get rid of the trap pins on this lock, and they react very much like a spool pin. So I'm getting counter rotation on one, and you can see it when the tip of my pick is just there, the pin has popped out. And we'll do that. We'll go the next one along, giving counter rotation, and he is now set. Jump over the magnet back there to find the last one, and he is also now set. And I'm keeping this wrench in here to prevent them pins jumping up at the bottom, and also this left side trap pins, trying to stop them from entering the plug as well as we go past. They have entered the plug and causing me a bit of grief. So best way to deal with that is flush all off them, flush the pins off, and then just twist with the tip of the pick. Okay, this is now for me the best time to get that magnet out of the lock. When it's done a full rotation and sat back on the pins again, I just find it really difficult to get it out. So I will, while it's upside down like this, it's in contact with less metal and guts, so the magnet is not strong, and it also drops down into the keyway a little bit more, so you can see in there. I'll just try and hook it out. That was easy enough. It was really struggling getting the magnet out in the first place, but then since I learned to try and grab it while it was half picked, then it's become much easier. Okay, so wrench back in, and we'll continue to turn. I have noticed that the cam hasn't picked up after me saying all that, but it will do if you press the wrench in when you start the picking, so just ignore that. And we come all the way around to the other side, and now we've got the trap pins back again. Exactly the same procedure as before. We're just going to pick the outside pins like spools with counter rotation. And we have made one complete rotation. Now, obviously, if you needed to go around again, you'd leave the magnet in, you wouldn't bother taking it out, and you'd just carry on picking. But while it's in this state, it's actually really difficult to get the magnet out. Anyway, that's how I guess I would do it on a door. I've never had the opportunity, but thanks for Andy for sending me the lock so I can figure it out. See you next time.